new episode of Sports Nation, we will visit a new athletics complex in the center of the capital. We will talk to one of the most talented boxers of the country, Meyirim Nursultanov. At the end of the episode, we will go to the archery section and tell you about the development of this sport in Kazakhstan. Friends, there is one more new sports facility in the capital of Kazakhstan. It is an athletics complex. It has been built for 1.5 years and it is about to be put into operation. We have an opportunity to get an inside look at this complex. As soon as you find yourself inside the building, you start to get acquainted with athletics. Look at the floor. It doesn't seem unusual, but it is made as a treadmill. Everywhere there are billboards with Kazakhstani athletes, and on the walls there are such installations. It is stylish and it makes the atmosphere. Friends, this is the center, the heart of the arena. It is here that you understand that there are no more such facilities in Kazakhstan. Now they are still making final preparations. If you can see, they're setting up stopwatches and fixing devices. That is, it will be possible to hold the World Athletics Indoor Championships if we want. At this moment, we see 6 treadmills for athletes, an expensive multimedia system for spectators, and about 7,000 seats for fans who will soon come here to support our athletes.
На данный момент объект 100% готов.
At the moment, the facility is 100% ready. Commissioning works are underway. There were problems with the soil, the terrain was very swampy, plus the coronavirus pandemic affected the timing of this project.
Пандемия коронавируса повлияла на сроки реализации данного проекта.
The construction and even the import of equipment were coordinated with the International Athletics Federation. Everything complies with the standard. So if you ever run on this treadmill, you should know that it was brought from Italy. It is important that here you can develop different areas of athletics. Long jump, high jump, pole vault, triple jump, sprinting, shot put. That is, we can expect the athletics boom in the city of Nur-Sultan. So, the poles have already been delivered. You can jump. The designers didn't stop at one central core. In the other part of the building, there is a nice warm-up room. Here, you can hold full training sessions, but according to the plan, athletes will warm up here before going to the main arena during the competition. For them, 4 oval lanes 150 meters long were laid and jump equipment was installed. The designers engaged in this project have gone to Belarus for advice. They have also gone to Turkey, Istanbul, where there is a similar stadium. Athletics in Kazakhstan is not as popular as boxing or wrestling, but there are athletes known around the world. Olga Shishigina and Olga Rybakova became champions of the Olympic Games at different times, and Dmitry Karpov became a bronze medalist. The history of their victories is broadcasted on the screens inside the arena, reminding that in athletics we also have tradition to win. Of course, they couldn't forget to build a pool in such a large sports complex. Here it is, and it is awesome. It is 25 meters long. There are 6 swimming lanes. We have to take into account that everything has been thought through for athletes here. Next to it, there is a mini pool with 2 underwater treadmills. They are designed for rehabilitation and recovery of athletes. There are all conditions for athletes. There is also a gym. It is very convenient. The athletes can lift weights on the first floor, and on the second floor there is a professional boxing ring. Here you can find comfortable locker rooms and even a hotel for 40 people. After all, the Kazakhstan national athletics team will be located here. Friends, I think I know which zone in this building will be favored among athletes. This is the spa zone. Everything is made in Japanese style here. We have 3 massage chairs, a recovery zone, and several types of saunas. In other words, being an athlete is not only to experience tremendous stress on the body, but also to be able to relax properly. In Kazakhstan, most people prefer boxing or soccer. I hope that it will boost the development of athletics. There are only 3 floors in the building, but according to the builders, all the necessary things fit in. There are also conference halls, meetings, rooms for doctors, and commentary boxes.
На улице у нас есть тренировочное поле.
There is a training field outside, a place for shot put, javelin throwing. We also have a playground for children, so the citizens can walk here, relax, spend their time.
Отдыхать, также проводить свое время.
It costs 32 billion tenge to construct the athletics complex in the capital. According to the City Department of Sports, there is no such complex in the whole of Central Asia. As the athletics say, the dream has come true. The complex allows holding competitions of the highest level, but it is much more important that now athletics in the country will get a new impetus for the development. Next in the episode, there is a big interview with Meyirim Nursultanov. We will talk about the desire for big fights, change of coach, and personal life. The hero of our episode, Meyirim Nursultanov, had a very bright career in amateur boxing. At the age of 16, he won the Kazakhstan Championship among youth. A year later, he won the Asian Championship among his peers. At the age of 19, he already won the bronze award at the Kazakhstan Championship among adults. Now Meyirim is 27 years old, and for the last 4 years, he has been competing as a professional and training in the USA. Meyirim, hello, glad to see you. Where are you now? What do you do?
Здравствуйте, сейчас в данный момент я в городе Нур-Султан.
Hello, now I am in Nur-Sultan. I'm training here while there are no fights. The whole world is still in quarantine. I'm training in this gym. I'm back home in Kazakhstan now.
В целом в Казахстане на родине сейчас.
Is this the first time you've been home for a long time?
Да.
Yes, for the first time since I joined the professionals. I have already been here for 3 months. What have you managed to do?
В деревне побывал.
I've been to the village, all my relatives are there. On the whole, that's what I did.
Так, дома.
Did quarantine break many of your plans?
Да, очень много в этом году должен был провести 3 года.
Yes, it broke so many plans. This year I had to participate in 3 fights. One fight was planned for April. I began preparations. The quarantine just started. We are waiting for the return date, but it seems to me that there will be no fights this year.
Мне кажется, пока
I suppose, but maybe at the end of the year there will be a fight. I'm waiting for the call. They said that negotiations were going on.
звонка. Там говорили, что идут переговоры.
So you don't get into it. It's an agent's job, isn't it? Yes, it is the manager's work. Are you satisfied with your manager's work?
Подписан с промоутерами, я работаю.
I'm working under the contract with promoters. I'm satisfied with everything. I'm working with the same manager as Lomachenko, Usyk, Gvozdyk. They are champions. Sometimes Egiz gathers everyone at home. We spend time together. Our relations are good. If I'm not mistaken, you have changed your coach, haven't you?
Во время карантина
Yes, during the quarantine I changed my coach. I'm training in Miami with a coach from Cuba. His name is Pedro Diaz.
я у него месяц потренировался и
I've trained for a month and have gone home because there were no fights. But on the whole, during this month, I've seen what I need. I liked it, and I think that in the future I will work with him.
мне понравилось. Я думаю, что в дальнейшем буду работать с ним.
How's your training process now?
Боев нету, из-за этого я дома тренируюсь так.
There are no fights, so I'm training at home. Yerno Janabayev works with me. He's my friend. We used to box together.
Сами
We do all the necessary work. The technical and tactical work is going on now.
как бы сказать, техника, тактическая работа у нас сейчас идет.
How well is life in the USA?
Привык уже я.
I'm used to it. I do everything myself, especially now when I live alone. I haven't learned to cook yet. I don't even want to learn to cook. I order food, what I need. I eat mostly healthy food.
Isn't it a bit sad?
Да, приходишь домой, то есть тренировку, ну, на тренировку едешь один.
Yes. You go to training alone. There is at least one guy from Belarus in the gym, Ivan Baranchik. At least we communicate well with him. You go to the training alone, you go home alone, but you also get used to it.
Домой приезжаешь тоже один. Но привыкаешь к этому тоже.
What other athletes from Kazakhstan live in the same city as
В
you?
городе там есть.
Musa Tursungaliev and Daniyar Yelusinov are living in the city. Daniyar is staying a little far from me, 100 kilometers. But I have seen him 2-3 times. We meet, talk together.
Общаемся.
Besides the house and the hall, do you have time to see anything else?
Если честно, нет.
To be honest, no. I have stayed in Miami for 1 month. I haven't seen the beach or swum. Every day I had training and came back home. I did nothing else.
Больше ничего.
So far, Meyirim has participated in 12 fights in the professional ring and has won 12 times. 8 fights were ended ahead of schedule. Thanks to the broad performances, the Kazakhstani boxer has got in the top of the most prospective boxers of average weight. By his style, Meyirim fights from a distance. You had a very bright career in amateur boxing. Wasn't it disappointing to go pro when you had great prospects in amateur boxing? I talked about it with my brother. I have a brother. He is the world champion, Meyirim Nursultanov. He is your blood brother. You just have different last names. Our last names are different. Just I have my great-grandfather's name. We had a long talk with Meyirim about it. In the beginning, I received a proposal from New York.
Я ему говорил, он говорил,
I told him. He said that I was too young.
потом, короче, в 2015 году, в конце года,
Then in 2015, at the end of the year, we talked with him and he said that I could go. I still had a contract with Astana Arlans until summer 2016.
я до конца лета
I finished the season and decided to go to the United States. I talked to Madiyar. He said that I could come. I haven't signed a contract with those people who offered me a contract. I went myself.
говорил с Мадяром, он сказал, приезжай. Я уже
I got acquainted with Aegis and signed a contract. I think that my performance in Astana Arlans helped me.
к Мадяру и познакомился вот с Эгисом и подписал контракт.
Participation in Astana Arlans was the most important stage at the start of the career of Meyirim. The boxer from Kazakhstan was one of the main characters of the season 2015. In his weight category, up to 75 kilograms, he won all the fights. In the final, he confidently beat Lopez Cardona from Cuba.
Хорошая подготовка к профи.
I was well prepared for the professional boxing. I had a lot of experience there. Every 2 weeks there were fights.
Каждые 2 недели были.
How did it happen that there are 2 champions in one family? Meyirim Nursultanov is the world champion.
Начал, ну, тогда в Семипалатинской жизни.
My elder brother started to train. We lived in Semey at that time. I was a kid. I went to the gym.
Просто интересно было.
It was just interesting. Then my brother left for the capital. After that, I was invited by coaches.
Пригласили в спортшколу.
To be honest, when I was a kid, I didn't think that I would be a boxer.
Не думал, что я вообще буду боксером.
What did you dream about?
Ну, я уже не помню, но я не думал, точно я не думал, что я буду боксером.
I don't remember. I just didn't think that I would be a boxer. At that time, I could miss training. I seriously started training only after moving.
В данный момент, например, мне дают соперника, вот я отправляю, он смотрит.
Now, when they give me a rival, I send information to my brother. He checks and tells me how to act. We discuss with him how to box. I always call him when something doesn't work out, when I need advice.
Когда у меня что-то не получается, когда что-то надо, вот, когда что-то надо мне подсказать.
Who would you point out among boxers in your weight?
Для начала хотел
First, I would like to try to fight the champions. I would like to box with Canelo.
Канелова побоксировал.
А вообще реально, что
Mexicans indeed have privileges in the USA. In boxing, can judges be more loyal to Mexicans? I do not know about it. Maybe. Their diaspora is very big in the USA.
Основная там масса
Most of the fans are Mexicans.
мексиканцев, мне кажется.
Does it feel like Canelo is a big star in the USA?
масштаба?
Да?
Yes, but there are Mexicans who do not like him. I do not know why. There are Mexicans who support Gana Golovkin better. I have noticed it. Do you believe in the trilogy, that there will be another fight between Golovkin and Canelo? I do not know. Probably there will be. Who will win? The one who will be ready. Do you have any boxer or fight that inspires you? Some people are inspired by Muhammad Ali.
Я все бои смотрел.
I watched all the fights and took something from everyone. Mostly I'm inspired by the fights of my elder brother.
Брат старший был.
So, did Meyirim find videos or how did it happen?
Его смотрел.
No, I watched his fights. It's possible to say that he was my idol. Could you name 3 main things that you like in the United States? I would not say that I like it there a lot. When you are in the United States, what do you miss the most? I miss my parents, friends, aul, our cuisine. You can find Kazakh cuisine there, but not everywhere. I'm going to ask you about the fact that interests many of our subscribers. When you're going to get married, do you have plans? I have some plans for the near future. So, your heart's taken? Yes, you could say so. For how many % are you ready for serious fights?
На 100%
For 100%. It doesn't matter when and with whom. I'm always ready.
всегда готов.
You have not had fights for more than a year. Does it put pressure on you? It doesn't put pressure, but I want to box. I do not want to sit still just like that.
You are in your peak now.
У меня есть, да, сейчас.
Yes, it's such an age now, you have to prove everything. We're waiting. I think I still have time to prove everything.
Головкин вот топ-звезда.
Let's say Golovkin is a top star. According to you, who is an athlete that can become a top star?
Больших результатов.
У всех есть как бы этот шансы.
Everyone has a chance.
Если отметить там Батора,
I can mention Батыр Джукимбаев, Мадьяр Ашкеев, Садриддин Ахмедов. These are boxers I know. Now there are a lot of professional boxers. I even don't know some of them.
А если бы не карьера спортсмена,
If you were not for the career of an athlete, what area do you think you would find yourself in?
не знаю, думаю, что железной дороги.
I don't know, perhaps in the railway industry, because my parents lived in Ekibastus and worked on the railway.
И работали железнодорожниками. И у меня родственники все там работали.
Meyirim, thank you very much for the interview. Good luck. Next in the episode, an archery coach, Maria Sosedova, will tell you how to become the aptest archer and how to significantly improve your health. In ancient China, archery was a mandatory skill of every man, along with playing musical instruments. For nomads, the bow was a favorite type of weapon and the most important element of hunting. Now, archery is an Olympic sport which is gaining popularity in Kazakhstan, again, after a short pause.
Archery clubs are being opened in the cities. They're trying to develop it as a national sport. When we hold the championship of Kazakhstan, we have 250 participants. It is not much for the country, but here we go. Today, the leaders are Shymkent, Taldykorgan, Oral.
Archery appeared in Kazakhstan back in 1968. During this time, there were ups and downs. In 2019, for the first time in 20 years, the men's team of Kazakhstan has obtained the right to go to the Olympic Games in full. To obtain this right, the team had to get to the top 8 at the end of the World Championship in Holland, and it was able to achieve it. Such success gives motivation to young athletes, and the sports clubs are full of newcomers. In archery, what should we pay attention to? Plasticity is very important. We should pay attention to how the child listens what to do, on the ability to work with their muscles, on how he can relax and concentrate. Even in the first training, you can see how much the child is prone to this sport. People of any age and gender can practice archery. At the same time, it is one of the most useful sports in which the athlete's physical data are no less important than their coolness, endurance, and assertiveness. In the process of shooting, back muscles develop. That is why the archers have good posture and their muscle corset is tightened. For newcomers, we immediately explain the safety rules. We don't explain just how to do with a bow, but how to do it indoors. After all, it is not just dangerous, it is a weapon. There are two types of bows used at official competitions: traditional bow and compound bow. The price of one such bow can reach up to $1,500, and each athlete has his/her personal bow. For the first time, most sports clubs provide the bow for free. If a child shows excellent results, the state will provide a bow for him/her. A bow consists of a handle, limbs, string. The lengths of limbs and the lengths of the handle are selected for each athlete. So the bow is loaded as follows. We put an arrow. An athlete is ready to shoot. All this is done at the shooting stage. The arrow is equipped with a breastplate, a finger stall. Each athlete has his/her equipment. Arrows are also selected for individual stiffness, length. The record starting speed of an arrow from a specially prepared compound bow is about 180 meters per second. The penetration force of the arrow depends on many factors: the weight of the arrow, diameter, tip type, etc. An experienced archer can shoot more than 12 arrows per minute. At the competition, athletes shoot at 4 distances: men 90, 70, 50, 30 meters. Women 70, 60, 50, 30 meters. At each distance, they shoot 6 arrows, and by the sum of points, they take places in the starting circle. Then they move to the Olympic circle and shoot with each other. It only seems that at the training, the archers only shoot arrows. They shall always be in excellent physical shape, so they often run track, workout apps. This sport develops endurance, calmness, and the ability to concentrate, which will always be useful in life. We develop more the moral qualities and volitional powers, the ability to concentrate and to control oneself. At the competitions, 2 rivals come to the line. The one who gets the most wins. It is very hard. It is harder morally than physically. According to the tradition, we end the episode with the video of the week. The brothers Eniol and Gert Sarasoles are just crazy about kayaks. Whenever they have an opportunity, they take their boats and go on another very extreme journey. It seems that quarantine and isolation have not become a problem for them.